And starting. You're good, James.
Okay, great. We'll now call this meeting to order at 9:33 a.m. This millage rate hearing is required per Georgia Code 48.5-32.1. Specifies whenever a levying authority proposes to establish a general maintenance and operation millage rate that would require increases beyond the rollback rate, the recommending authority shall conduct a minimum of 3 public hearings. This hearing is similar to public comment on our monthly board meeting. Therefore, members of the board will not address persons commenting or speak to the substance of any comments made during the millage rate hearing. Instead, a member of the admin team will follow up with persons commenting or asking questions. Dr. Broom, Chief Financial Officer, please proceed with the millage rate hearing presentation.
Good morning and thank you. The fiscal year 25 budget was built on all 4 strategic accelerators. Although the budget process is ongoing, the official budget season started in November 2024 with budget discussions on the budget timeline, priorities, and strategic initiatives. From November until present, various budget meetings, discussions, and presentations have occurred with the board, community, and stakeholders. The board approved the tentative fiscal year 25 millage rate of 20.30 at the May 14th board meeting. The tentative millage rate remains the same as this year's fiscal year 24 millage rate. Today's millage rate hearing is the first of 3 hearings. The second millage rate hearing is at 6:30 p.m. this evening. The third millage rate hearing is at 4:30 p.m. on June 20th, and the final adoption of the millage rate will occur on June 20th at 5 p.m. The millage rate hearings and the board meetings are all virtual, and the link is on the district's website, along with the dates and times of the meetings. A millage rate is a property tax on the value of a property. 1 mill is equivalent to 0.1%. 1 mill translates into $1 of property taxes per $1,000 of assessed value. Therefore, 20.30 mills, which is the tentative adopted millage rate, would equate to $20.30 per $1,000 of assessed value. The Taxpayers' Bill of Rights is Senate Bill 177 and Act 431 and was signed April 30th, 1999. This act became effective January 1st, 2024, January 1st, 2000. The bill's main purpose is to enhance individuals' property owners' right and transparency by ensuring all stakeholders are informed. Taxing authorities, such as the Board of Education, are required to hold 3 public hearings if adopting a millage rate higher than the computed rollback rate. The computed rollback rate is 19.626, and the tentative millage rate under adoption is 20.30. Additionally, the bill prevents indirect tax increases resulting from increasing existing property values due to inflation. The Board of Education has tentatively adopted to maintain the current millage rate of 20.30 for fiscal year 2025. The final adoption of the millage rate is scheduled for June 20th at 5 p.m. There are numerous justifications for maintaining a millage rate above the rollback rate of 19.626. Including allowing the district to maintain a fund balance within the 4 to 15% range as specified by board policy, providing competitive salary increases to all employees, funding the state's unfunded mandate for health benefits and teacher retirement increases. The district will also be able to invest in critical areas such as security, technology, and instruction. Per OCGA Code Section 48-5-32.1, the district is required under the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights to compute the rollback millage rate that will produce the same revenue that would have been produced on the current digest if last year's millage rate was unchanged and no reassessments occurred. This slide is the computed rollback millage rate. As you can see in the middle of the form, under the title Calculations of Rollback Rate, the rollback rate listed in red is 19.626. This is 0.674 mils less than the current millage rate of 20.30. This means if the district elected to collect the same amount of property tax revenue for next fiscal year 2025, as was collected for this fiscal year, the millage rate would need to be rolled back to 19.626. In the lower right corner in red is the percentage increase in property taxes for the millage rate of 20.30. Compared to the rollback millage rate of 19.626, there's a 3.43% increase. This means for a home with a fair market value of $675,000, the tentative annual tax increase would be approximately $227. And the tentative tax increase for non-homestead property with a fair market of $875,000 will be approximately $295 annually. The average tax increase would equate to approximately $34 for every $100,000 of assessed property value. Whenever the millage rate exceeds the rollback rate, Georgia law requires districts to issue a press release, advertise the 5-year history of levy, advertise the public hearings, and hold 3 public millage hearings. Advertisements were listed in the Champion newspaper and are on the district's website. This is the press release that was sent to the Champion newspaper announcing a 3.43% increase over the rollback millage rate, and the dates and time of the public hearings and board meeting for final adoption. This slide is the advertisement of the current 2024 property tax and 5-year history of levy. The history of levy shows the gross digest value, highlighted in green, less exemptions, which gives you the net digest value, highlighted in yellow. The net digest value multiplied by the millage rate gives you the total taxes levied. For the current budget, at a millage rate of 20.30, the total taxes levied is $60 million. After subtracting out collection fees, delinquent accounts, and appeals, the actual collection is estimated at $58.8 million. This slide is the notice of property tax increase. The notice of property tax increase was advertised in the Champion newspaper on June 6th and June 13th. This notice advertises the 3.43% increase in property tax and the dates and times of the 3 hearings. Additionally, the notice provides the financial impact of the increase for a home with a fair market value of $675,000 and non-homestead property with a fair market value of $875,000, as explained on the previous slide. The next slide shows a visual of the district's millage rate history since 2016. The millage rate increases and decreases are directly related to the economy and needs of the district. Fiscal year 25 millage rate was tentatively adopted at 20.30, which is the same millage rate as the current year. This is your fiscal year 2025 budget with a millage rate of 20.30. The board will vote on the final millage rate at a call board meeting on June 20th at 5:00 p.m. This will conclude the public millage hearing presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Broom, for the presentation. This for public comment. The instructions are up on the board. Please raise your hand. Eston or I will call your name, correct? And we'll begin speaking. You will have 3 minutes to do so.
The only attendees, Chair Herndon, are the talented experts from our communications department. Otherwise, there's no one else dialed in this morning.
Okay. We'll give it 3 minutes till 9:45 then. All right, I now have that it's 9:45. Want to thank you all for attending the first of 3 millage rate hearings. The board's second millage rate will be held virtually this evening, Thursday, June 13th at 6:30 p.m. using this exact same Zoom link, which is on the district's website. This meeting is adjourned at 9:45 a.m. Thank you.